Hi Aquarius, welcome to your May 2020 reading. My name's Michelle.
My name's Richard.
Let's get started with your reading. From the Oracle of the Mermaids, we have the Mirror. Now, the Mirror is an interesting card. It's all about self-examination and knowing who we truly are. It speaks about the difference between a clear mirror and a dark mirror. Now, when we speak about a clear mirror, we can see very clearly who we appear to be. But when we look at the dark mirror, metaphorically, it's more of a sense of complexity, looking at what makes us sad, thoughtful, deep, and at times very painful. But it's these times that we can see who we truly are, because under duress, our true character can be observed. So here it's about not being afraid to look very, very closely through this, perhaps during times of duress or darker times, at ourselves, and thereby having a greater understanding of the self, knowing thyself. Now, Richard has pulled a card from the Oracle of the Mausolea.
Yeah, it's a card of Arawn. He's the master of the Great Hunt. He has a lot of authority, but the way he leads is that he tends to allow people to be themselves. So he does lead, but he allows people to be their own best, and be in their own best nature.
Nice energy around that. Either side can resonate, Aquarius, so please do keep that in mind. At the bottom of the deck, I have the Four of Cups.
And here I have the Magician.
Okay, very nice. We'll cut these cards and we'll focus in on the status of this relationship, how you feel about this person, the strengths of the relationship, the challenge, what's working against it, your advice on what you should do, advice on what you shouldn't do, the hidden aspects, and the potential outcome.
Okay, status of the relationship, how this person views you, Aquarius, strengths, weaknesses, what this person should keep doing, what they should stop doing, what's hidden in the situation, and the outcome if nothing changes.
We've got the Ace of Wands.
Excuse me.
The Ace of Wands in reverse. So it's a feeling of frustration or delay, and it's during those times where we feel like we can't get instant gratification, something that we feel passionate about, enthusiastic about, when we can't actually reach for that at the moment. Those can be the times where we actually grow the most. So there's a feeling here of perhaps feeling a little bit left out or left behind, not being able to go for what you want, Aquarius. But as a result of that, it's allowing you an opportunity to perhaps spend some time alone, or to look more deeply within the self.
Frustration. Okay. We have over here the Star. So there's hope here, there's optimism, and there is the feeling that one can achieve what one is hoping for.
How you feel about this person? Lovely. We've got the Ace of Swords. So there is clarity. There is an understanding of the truth about someone around you. Two aces here, which is really lovely to see. So it tells me that some kind of important change is on the horizon, and you may be aware that it's coming. It's not here just yet, though, because I feel this sense of being frustrated that this new start, or this ambition that you have around you, this sense of a new start or a new beginning, is not able to be had just yet.
You know, the feeling of frustration is one that's born of not feeling in control of a situation.
Yeah.
All right, looking over here, we have the Star and the Knight of Swords as to how they're seeing you, Aquarius. That's very Aquarian energy, isn't it?
It really is.
You know, they're seeing you as you in being your best self, especially with that clarity there, that Ace of Swords coming out on your side as well. So they're seeing you as making a decision and then going for something, but you see yourself as being a bit frustrated. So, you know, with all this fast action, you obviously have some expectations, and I get the feeling that they're not being met at this point.
What you have working for the relationship is the Tower. So that's that moment, that epiphany, that lightning strike where there's understanding. So it's really, again, a marvelous energy here of illumination. I'm getting a lot of light around this reading. So it seems like after going through a period of darkness, a period of duress, this mirror here is suggesting that you have either already come out the other side of this time of self-examination, or you're very close to coming out of it, to knowing who you truly are, to understanding yourself. And as a result of that, there is kind of this release, if you will, this release of frustration, a release of whatever you have felt has held you back from perhaps achieving some kind of success in your life, whatever that means to you.
Okay. Over here as a strength, we have the Page of Cups in the reverse as a strength. I see that as immaturity, but immaturity in a way that allows people to play, to relax a bit. So I think, Aquarius, you might be a bit more serious than this person over here. This person allows for the lighter side to be shown.
Okay, let's take a look and see what the challenge is. We've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So I'm picking this up as family, and it could mean, of course, a family that you have of your own, but it could mean more of a blood family, blood relationships. Perhaps it's a family that you've grown up with. And there's a feeling here of separation away from these individuals. So while there is this light around you, Aquarius, there's also some lingering doubt or fear associated with leaving a group of people behind, one in which you've had a very strong connection with for probably lifelong, if I had to guess here. It's really more about the family you were born into rather than a soul family. So I get this as something here that you're having to disconnect from or separate from. It's actually a good thing for your growth, but there's also that lingering doubt about leaving behind people.
Yeah, the other thing I'm seeing, and I kind of felt this from the beginning of the reading, is that you, Aquarius, are frustrated in being trying to leave a relationship that you were a part of, I think, for a fairly long time.
Could be part of this connection here.
Right, and the thing is, you're going towards somebody else. I think somebody younger.
It could be younger, or just young at heart.
Yeah, young at heart.
Kind of a youthful kind of optimism.
They see you as their star. And that's the Aquarius card too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's you too in the upright. And they see you as wanting them, as moving towards them quite quickly. But I think there's been some hiccups, some bumps in the road in trying to extract yourself from a previous long-term relationship.
Right.
So looking over here at weaknesses, Temperance in reverse. So while this person here is young at heart and they're a lot of fun, I think that they have some issues with regard to temperance, to possibly substances, like drinking a little bit too much, partying a little bit too much, or just being a little bit too much.
It's all about that natural balance, isn't it, Richard, with that card? It's about somebody here needs to balance out. I see that this person has a lot of drive and a lot of ambition. There's something that they really want. Could be you, Aquarius, that they really want. But the thing is, they've kind of got a youthful energy about them of wanting to go for it now, which needs to be tempered with, number one, reality and practicality.
The other thing I'm sort of thinking about here, Aquarius, is this Ace of Wands in the reverse down here, as you actually taking a reasonable time and reasonable means to extract yourself from a previous relationship. But this person here acting a tad impatient with you.
Yeah.
And you're saying, well, look, I'm going as fast as I can here. Give me a break.
Definitely that kind of energy. Now we have here as what you should continue to do, the Seven of Pentacles. So it's that slow and steady energy. It's working towards the end game, but doing it in such a way as you're likely to achieve success, rather than if you just rushed in like a bull at a gate here and kind of went in with too much too soon. So this is very much a patient energy. It's also about frustration, working out your frustrations. That doesn't mean that just because you are frustrated doesn't mean you should just give up here. It's about focus drive, keeping your eye on that prize at the end there, and really having more of a Capricornian kind of energy, where it's you, Aquarius, rather than being a little bit free thinking or looking at things big picture. More, it's about the little things. It's about day to day. It's putting the effort in each day to make sure that it's like climbing that mountain, one step at a time. You can't rush to the top. You have to actually work your way carefully through the problems, through the obstacles to get to the top. And that's what I see you doing here, Aquarius.
Or risk falling down.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that Seven of Pentacles, I see a lot of deliberateness.
Yes.
With that card.
Definitely.
Hey, if that's kind of what I was talking about, this person here seems to be a bit impatient with that approach.
I think they're a little bit of a dream. There's nothing wrong with being the dreamer, but you have to temper that with practicality.
Yes, that's exactly right. There's nothing much more practical than the Seven of Pentacles, is there?
Right.
Okay, so looking over here, we have the Sun in reverse as what this person should keep doing. Well, I see that as tempering their hopes. Of course, it's fine to be optimistic with the star here, and to see you as being the star here too, Aquarius. But with the Sun here in reverse, I see it's them calming down on that optimism, and just being a bit more patient with getting you into their life.
What you shouldn't do, we've got the Hanged Man. Well, that's about waiting too long. It's kind of that balance here of effort and actual results.
Well, deliberation, but not spending too long waiting for that grass to grow under your feet.
Yeah,
that's kind of the energy I'm getting as well. It's a hard balance to strike, Aquarius, but you've got this person over here who's, I think, at least pushing you in the direction of not doing this hangman business here.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's things you need to tie up, loose ends, and those need to be tied up in a relatively deliberate fashion. You can't just go slipshod here and run off.
No.
Over here, we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse as what this person shouldn't do. Yeah, I get a sort of a more masculine energy on this side, and a more feminine energy over here. But the Queen of Swords in reverse is about being bitter and cynical. So it's about losing one's drive, losing one's hope. Seeing a few hiccups in the road, and then getting all down about it, and saying, "Oh gosh, this is never going to happen. Is this guy ever going to come over here? Am I ever going to do this?" That kind of thing.
Let's have a look and see what we've got as what's hidden. We've got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So there is that energy here of something that was dead, something that was not going to happen, being resuscitated, being brought back to life. So that's something percolating in the background, I feel. So it seems like this needs to be still this hope alive for this situation to come together. But I think at least on the part of one person here, it seemed like it wasn't going to happen.
The other way I see that Ten of Swords in reverse is that this person's hiding some feelings about healing after having to end a previous long-term relationship.
Yeah.
And they're trying to, part of the reason that they're taking so long here for this person is that they're trying to get their own stuff together, because they want to come to this person baggage free.
Yeah, it's like recovery, isn't it?
Yes.
It's certainly a situation where if someone's been in a long-term commitment, or had some trouble extricating themselves from a family environment, which has maybe been a bit too cloistered, a little bit too close for comfort, and there's this gaining of freedom, then there's going to be time for that person to get back up on their feet and feel good about themselves again.
Yeah, that's what I see there as well. Looking over here at what's hidden, we have the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. It's kind of like this Temperance in reverse here. There's a lack of balance, a lack of deliberation on this side is what I'm seeing. There's just too much focus on the end game without thinking about, well, what are the steps required to get to the end?
Right.
What has to happen? It's almost like this person just wants to jump straight to the end without going through the steps that we need to go through to get there.
Let's take a look at the outcome. We've got the Death card in reverse. So with this, how I'm feeling is it's about that balance, getting the balance of movement right here. There can't be too much movement, but there can't be too little to the point where nothing happens. So it's about taking action towards this end game, whatever that is. I feel like it's like two people trying to come together. There needs to be action taken, but there needs to be a recognition from both sides that it's going to take time for this person, especially for one of them, I feel, to extricate themselves from some kind of long-term family situation. But I see that the frustration could get the better of someone here, and they may just feel too overwhelmed, too tired, exhausted from day-to-day life, work, family, all of that they don't feel like they've got the energy. Although the idea is there, the energy isn't, because where's the wands here? Well, there's only one and it's in reverse, so it tells me that there's a lack of energy, that this person is feeling kind of
put upon
and they're not feeling strong within their body. Mentally, I feel there's clarity, they know what they want, but when it comes to actually putting a plan into motion, that's where the difficulty arises.
All right, let's take a look at the outcome for this person. Yeah, we have the Five of Cups in the reverse. I see that as well, look, why don't you forget about this already?
Yeah, someone just deciding to move on.
Well, no, this person's saying, well, look, this is done with, just move on from it. There's no need for you to be concerned about this anymore. Just forget it and move on. That's one way of looking at it. The other way is what Michelle was just saying, and that is this person here
becoming too impatient,
and moving on and forgetting about this as well. And you see, that's what I saw with the Death card in reverse as well. I see that as a danger, but this will be clarified when we go to part 2. We're going to see what needs to be done for these two people to come together.
Yeah, so we'll see where this goes in part 2, Aquarius. Hope that you join us there. The link is below in the descriptions box, and that'll be about another 30 minutes. We'll be pulling out some clarifiers to go very in-depth about this reading. Also some Lenormand cards and looking at some oracles for guidance. If you prefer a personal reading, you can email gypsyinsights@gmail.com, and that email is also in the box below. Of course, if this one doesn't resonate, it won't resonate with all Aquarians. You can check out the Soul for Repair playlist, and there you'll find readings that are done in this style, but they're not sign or time dependent. So Aquarius, please do check us out if this is resonating. We'll see you in part 2, or we'll speak to you again soon. Please take care.
Thanks, Aquarius. Goodbye and good luck.